Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my video. I am in a new apartment, still a mess. It's a work in progress, so apologize for for the mess here. And I'm trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more YouTube friendly. We moved here last January. I still haven't got a door here, so it's a work in progress. Also, sorry if I haven't posted too much because for the moving, then other personal job stuff. So I didn't have too much time to make YouTube videos. So you heard the saying, learn from your mistakes, right? And today in this video I want to share the 5 biggest mistakes I've made in my 15-year career as a time-lapse photographer. So hopefully you'll learn from them. So let's talk about the first mistake, rushing to get a shot. I've ended up with a bunch of ugly time lapses because I arrived at the location too late. I couldn't find a good composition and I was frantically setting up my cameras as the light changed. So now I always arrive early to scout the perfect composition and avoid rushing during a colorful sunset. Second mistake is stopping a time lapse too early. And early on, I got impatient so many times, waiting for colors to appear after a sunset or during a storm. So if I waited just a few more minutes, I could capture the perfect light or transition. Now I always wait longer to ensure the scene is complete, and I rather delete a few extra raw files than lose a great time lapse. Mistake number 3. Touching the camera while shooting. And yep, it happens to everyone, and it's frustrating to see some shakes movement in the final time lapse, knowing that I could avoid it by just leaving the camera alone. And early on I'd panic if the exposure I set was too dark or too bright, thinking I ruined the time lapse. But adjusting the camera mid-shot, introducing shake that sometimes is possible to fix in post-production is even worse. So if you are in this situation, don't touch it. The risk is too high and you can usually fix the exposure issue in post-production. And mistake number 4, say yes to low budget jobs. And this is a big one because when I started as a time-lapse photographer, I would say yes to every gig, short, long, well paid, even low budget. But I learned that companies that want cheap time-lapse job are often a pain to work with. So late payments, disorganized, and the job ended up quite stressful. So after a few bad experiences, I started only accepting well-paid job, and of course they are not 100 stress-free, but the chances of payment issues are much lower. Mistake number 5, wearing the wrong clothes and freezing for hours. At the beginning I didn't think about my clothing when shooting time-lapse. I wear basically what I normally wore. But standing still for hours left me so cold that I stopped enjoying the process. And it was miserable. Now, wherever I'm shooting, all day or night, I wear warm clothes suited for time lapses. And by the way, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a video on what I wear for winter or night shoots. I think it could be interesting. Because you watched the whole video, here's a bonus mistake: not backing up correctly. I almost lost 6 months worth of work in 2012 because my backup workflow was basically a mess. I was mirroring to WD hard drives connected to a cheap USB hub, and guess what? The hub overheated and frying the connection to all my drives. So personal project, jobs, archives, all gone. And luckily I found a service that recovered 98% of the file, but those 3 weeks were a nightmare. If you want to see how I manage my time-lapse file, check out this video. It's a bit old, but I do basically the same with faster drive. And that's it. I hope you learned from my mistakes, and let me know in the comments below what was your big mistake when shooting time-lapse. And subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao ciao!